Imagine waking up in a world that never went to war. No trenches, no world wars, no Holocaust, no atomic bombs, no Cold War. Just peace. At first, it sounds like the perfect timeline. But the world you know today was shaped by conflict in ways most people never realize. Your phone, the internet, GPS, modern hospitals, and even space travel all have roots connected to military competition. So what happens if war never happens? Everything begins on June 28, 1914. In our timeline, Archduke Franz Ferdinand is assassinated in Sarajevo, triggering World War I. But in this alternate world, the attack fails. The assassination never happens. The alliances of Europe remain tense, but the powder keg never explodes. Without World War I, there is no Treaty of Versailles. Germany is never humiliated. Adolf Hitler never rises to power. World War II never happens. The Holocaust never occurs. Tens of millions of lives are spared, but history doesn't stop. The Ottoman Empire survives longer. Austria-Hungary remains intact. The Russian Revolution may never succeed. The Soviet Union never forms. Without the Soviet Union, there is no Cold War, no nuclear arms race, and no decades-long struggle between superpowers. The world becomes more stable, but also more stagnant. War accelerated technology at an incredible pace. Aircraft evolved rapidly because nations needed better weapons. Computers advanced because codebreakers raced to defeat enemy encryption. The Internet began as a military communication project. Satellites and GPS emerged from Cold War competition. Without those pressures, progress slows. Computers still arrive. The Internet still exists eventually. But many technologies appear decades later. In 2026, smartphones may not exist. Artificial intelligence could still be in its infancy. Global communication would be slower and less connected. Medicine follows a similar path. Battlefields force doctors to improve surgery, blood transfusions, and emergency care. Penicillin was discovered in peacetime, but World War II accelerated its mass production. Without war, millions of lives are still saved, but medical breakthroughs arrive more slowly. Then comes space. The moon landing wasn't just about exploration. It was a Cold War competition. Without that rivalry, humanity may not reach the moon until the 1990s or even later. Space travel becomes a scientific project instead of a political race. Meanwhile, the population grows dramatically. The wars of the 20th century killed over 100 million people. Remove those deaths, and generations of descendants are added to history. By 2026, Earth could hold billions more people than it does today. More people means greater pressure on food, water, energy, and land. The greatest crisis of this peaceful world may not be war. It may be survival. Economically, the world changes too. The United States never becomes the uncontested superpower it became after World War II. Europe remains dominated by old empires. Global power is spread more evenly across several major states, and that creates another problem. Colonial empires survive longer. Many independence movements succeeded because European powers were weakened by war. Without that weakness, colonies across Africa and Asia could remain under foreign rule for decades longer. For millions of people, peace does not mean freedom. It means permanent control. By 2026, this alternate world is recognizable, but strange. Technology is less advanced. Space exploration lags behind. Empires still influence global politics. The population is larger. Resources are under greater strain. Some things are better, some things are worse, and some problems simply take different forms. The most surprising realization is that many of humanity's greatest achievements were born from its darkest moments. Modern medicine, computing, satellites, and even the internet were accelerated by the pressures of conflict. That doesn't make war good. Far from it, but it reveals an uncomfortable truth. Human beings often innovate fastest when facing existential challenges. So what if the world never went to war? It wouldn't be a utopia. It would be a different world, a quieter world, a world with fewer scars but different struggles. And when you look around today, you're seeing the complicated legacy of both humanity's greatest tragedies and its greatest breakthroughs. The silence of peace might have saved millions, but it also might have changed everything you know.